Here's what's coming up on Chicago Bears Now. Is the team rallying around Caleb Williams already? Plus, Rome Odunze, could he be the best rookie wide receiver? And what does the starting center competition look like for the Bears? We get to all that here on today's show. My name is Harrison Graham. Bears Now is presented by Roan. Upgrade your wardrobe today by checking out Roan. It's RHONE.com/chatsports. Get 20% off with code chatsports. All right, let's start with the quarterback, Matt Eberflus. Kind of hyping up his guy, Caleb Williams, as he says the Bears locker room has already started to rally around the rookie. Here's what Flus had to say, quote, talking about his time back in Dallas. Once Tony Romo got hurt when he went down in that preseason game in Seattle, the team just rallied around Dak Prescott. And I feel that already in our building here. Everyone is rallying around him, talking about Caleb. You can feel that with the reps that we got with some of the first on-field stuff we've done with the veterans. You can see the offense. They're real supportive, and same with the defensive guys. And his personality is infectious. He gets along with everybody. He's very easy to insert into a locker room. I think it's pretty clear that this team has embraced Caleb very quickly. And I know we kind of, I don't want to say fake narrative, but the concern of, oh, this team loves Justin. If you move on and go Caleb, what if they're not ready to do that? It's pretty clear that everybody has moved on. Justin's moved on. The Bears have moved on. These players have moved on. Even the most vocal wanting to keep Justin, they've moved on. Because A, what choice do you have? And B, there's still an opportunity here, and if not a greater opportunity, that's the goal, right, to be a really, really good football team. And there's a lot of reason to rally behind this guy. The guy put together an illustrious college career. He's talented as hell, and to Flus's standpoint, he seems pretty easy to go along with. You see him interact even from afar out in these public settings at Cubs games, doing this, doing that, throwing up the bear claw. Like, he seems like a fun, enjoyable guy to be around, and he has the right mindset. You know, when he's asked about leadership, hey, I got to follow first before I learn how to lead, so I'm taking in everything the veterans say. That's a pretty mature approach, if you ask me. And look, everything that this team wants to accomplish is there to accomplish. The schedule tees it up where you can start off fast. You can beat Tennessee out of the chute. A couple tough games, 2 through 4, but then you really get that stretch. Carolina, Jacksonville, Washington. You got the Cardinals, the Patriots. I mean, if you could really start to stack some wins and get some momentum. So if you're already feeling good about the quarterback, how he's vibing with the players, how he looks on the field, like, you could really generate some momentum here. Like, everything is in front of this team to win. You've got the talent. I think you've got the quarterback. Obviously, you got to see it. The defense is in place. Like, why can't the Bears be a very good football team this year? Like, if the only reason is, well, we're just scared to make that leap because we have to see it first, like, I understand. We're a scarred fan base. But, like, you were close last year to being a playoff team if you didn't collapse 3 times. You would have won 10 games, and this team on paper is much better than last year's team. So I'm excited. I think you should embrace it, and let's see where this thing ends up going. Do you believe in Caleb Williams? The Bears clearly do. Type B for believe or type D for don't. And yes, I get it. You got to see it to believe it. I'm one of those guys as well. But I saw a lot in college. I see the talent. I see the potential. See the guys being supportive of them. I don't know, man. It feels like something special could be brewing here. Speaking of which, Rome Odunze could be special as a former Pro Bowler hopped on Colin Cowherd's show, The Herd, and said that Rome Odunze is the best receiver in this draft class. We'll tell you who said that, and I react here in just a few moments. But first, we are sponsored by Roan today. I've been wearing Roan for a couple of years now. Their golf polos, their dress shirts, their pants, their blazers. They're all fantastic. They get you fitted for every situation because they reinvented the men's closet as it was due for a radical reinvention. Their commuter collection offers the most breathable and comfortable set of clothing products known to mankind. Looking good is easy, but feeling good while looking good, that's the challenge, and Roan has mastered that with their 4-way stretch fabric. Very breathable, very flexible here. Want to go on the golf course and play 18? You got a business meeting to attend to? They got you fitted for all of those different situations, and we got a deal for you. If you go to roan.com/chatsports and use code chatsports, you can get 20% off at checkout. That's Roan, RHONE. Odunze.com/chatsports. Code chatsports for 20% off. Their clothing is machine washable. You air dry it, you're good to go. You don't have to go to the dry cleaners anymore. Check out Roan today. Get 20% off your order. Link is in the comments and in the description. Code chatsports for that discount. TJ Houshmandzadeh, former Bengals great, former NFL Pro Bowler on the Herd, said this about Rome Odunze. Said he's talented, man. I can't compare him to anybody, but the closest person I can get to is Larry Fitzgerald, but he's faster. His ball skills are like Fitzgerald's, but he can run, he can drop his weight, he has good quickness, and he's just a good dude. We've heard a lot about his character. He can be the best receiver in this draft. And it really, again, I kind of said it earlier, like, I'm just going to kind of start embracing the hype and just get excited about it. I'm not going to sit here and say the Bears are going to win the Super Bowl, but, like, I'm not going to, like, shortchange what I think could happen either. Can you imagine, like, you already have DJ Moore and Keenan Allen. You're already here. Rome Odunze doesn't have to be great. He doesn't even necessarily have to be very good as a rookie. He could just learn and be a complementary piece. But what if he is? What if he is good? What if he is great right away? Like, how are you going to stop this team? Like, Rome Odunze is not just some throw-in along with Marvin Harrison and Malik Neighbors. Like, this guy in most drafts would have been the top receiver off the board. If he was draft eligible last year, he easily would have been the first receiver drafted over Jackson Smith and Jigba. Like, I'm trying to temper expectations, but if Caleb Williams is who we think he is, and if this offensive coaching staff is an upgrade over Luke Getsy, which I don't see how it wouldn't be, like, you have the pieces, the receivers, the quarterback if Caleb hits, the running back room, the tight ends. You have two good ones. Like, yeah, the offensive line, that might be the one thing you can point to and be like, okay, this group isn't all world. But it's not like it sucks either. Darnell Wright and Braxton Jones are above average at their positions. Your guards, when healthy, especially Tevin Jenkins, is one of the better in the league. I think he's a top 10 guard. Nate Davis is at least average when healthy. Center, yes, it's a question. You're probably below average at center compared to the rest of the league. But, like, if that's the only spot, you're not at least, average. Like, you can work around that. You're not going to be elite at every single position on either side of the ball. I think the O-line will be good enough. If Darnell Wright takes a step, if Braxton Jones is at least what he was last year, if not a little bit better, if Tevin Jenkins stays mostly healthy, like, that's three solid pieces there. If Nate Davis is, has a less tumultuous offseason, I think he can at least be, serviceable at worst. Like, this team could be really good, and it could be really good fast. Like, did we see 2018 coming when it did, when they went 12-4? Like, sometimes it just kind of happens, right? And this wouldn't even be an example of that. Like, Ryan Poles has built this thing brick by brick, a couple of off seasons now, gets the quarterback. If Caleb Williams is that guy, like, I don't see why this team can't make noise in 2024. Will the Bears have a top 10 offense? Like, you've got the pieces. It is actually possible. Type Y for yes, type in for no. I don't know if I'd bet on it, but I wouldn't bet against it. Like, I don't know, man. I'm starting to think that, like, scaling things back just because the Bears have been so bad for so long is like, what's the point? You might as well dive in with both feet. All right, let's talk about that center position because obviously that is a big question mark still. You got Ryan Bates, you got Coleman Shelton, OTAs underway. Media members not available to go to OTAs until Thursday, so unless there's leaks or unforeseen leaks from the first 2 days, or if the team website puts something out, we're not going to have much information at all from Monday and Tuesday's practices. But it does sound like Ryan Bates, it's been the chatter leading into OTAs, will be kind of the man to beat. That's what it sounds like. Brad Biggs put that out there a while back. Like, he's going to be the starter, at least to start. He's going to get that first crack at that starting center role. Remember, Ryan Poles a few years ago signed him to that restricted free agency deal. The Bills matched it. Then he goes and trades for him. Like, he clearly likes the guy. But at the same time, Coleman Shelton's more experienced. He's been the starting center for a good Rams team, especially last year, for the past 2 years. And Ryan Bates, as much as Poles likes him and the Bears clearly value him, he's only played 203 career snaps at center. So, like, if he's going to start, he better, A, be able to snap the ball. That was a problem last year with Lucas Patrick and Cody Whitehair. And B, at least be serviceable. Because Coleman Shelton, if nothing else, is serviceable. Is he great? No. Does he suck? No. Like, he's probably, like, the 19th to 23rd best center in the NFL. Something like that. Like, he's fine. So Bates better be better than just fine if you're just going to give him the starting job, which is why I do think it'll be a competition, even if Ryan Bates gets that first crack at it. Who do you guys think will start at the sitter position? Type RB for Ryan Bates or CS for Coleman Shelton. I guess I'll lean on the reporting and go with Bates, but it would not shock me if it went the other way. All right, that's going to do it for today's episode of Chicago Bears Now. We will be back on Wednesday with more, so keep it locked in, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you soon.